Hub, how a load balancer interacts between a VPC and Anypoint platform. Here you can see how a load balancer interacts with VPC and Anypoint platform. Routing internal requests to the dedicated load balancer. The CloudHub dedicated load balancer has an internal domain name. The internal domain name that is used by the application and clients within the Anypoint VPC. Internal domain uses the following naming convention. LB-name is the name you give to the load balancer when you create it. It's internal -lb name .lb.anypoint.dns.net. Each DLB and has DNS records. LB name.lb anypoint.dns.net that resolve to the public IP addresses correlated to the number of workers. Through your DNS provider, you can add CNAME record pointing to the record and use the domain names to access it. If you want your load balancer to merge all connections to your applications but do not want to default domain name for your application publicly exposed, then the application must listen to the HTTP port 80 or port 8091 or 8092. Alternatively, you can create a custom mapping policy to direct outside request from your load balancer to a specific applications. The following diagram shows how a load balancer interacts between VPC and Anypoint platform. Load balancer listened from outside request or HTTPS, and by default they communicate internally with a worker over HTTP. If you configured your Mule application within the Anypoint VPC, to listen to HTTPS, you must set the upstream protocol to HTTPS, then creating the mapping list by using the load balancer mappings add command. Internal HTTP mod lets you to configure how HTTP requests are managed. They are either silently ignored. It's mapped HTTPS on default SSL endpoint, or URL is mapped straight to the corresponding HTTPS URL. Here the LB management service perform LB management, LB deployment and recovery procedures based on the customer request and checks performed in recurring basis. Instance presence check runs every minute. Instance impaired check status check which checks the degraded hardware or services, run every 5 minutes. Check the will trigger recovery if needed. Here the services and LB management service are inside the Anypoint platform. LB management service is connected to load balancer here. Here the watchdog and LB process are in load balancer here, and watchdog checks once a minute if LB process has failed, so that the LB management service can recover when there is a failure. Here it is HTTP 80 and HTTP S443 HTTPS 443 via public DNS is connected to LB here. Here the LB is connected to apps. Here the is via HTTP 8091 or HTTPS 8092 via internal DNS. Apps are inside customer VPC or VPC. Here the public access via 8091 and 8092 are connected to app 1, app 2, app 3 is not possible here. Now this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for watching it.